Alright, we are back on the Mana Symbol channel. We're going to play a little bit of Doomwake's YoRhinos, which he won second place in the challenge today. Facing up in the finals, Aspiring Spike. So some incredible magic, all captured on different streams today. Spike played for the top 8 against Guillaume Wafotapa. So you can see that on both streams. They both, Spike and Doomwake, Sneaky Misato, and Demonic Tutors, and I think there was a fifth streamer who also made top 8 today. So some really incredible stuff going on in terms of seeing hyper competitive modern players reaching high heights and having to play up against each other. Oh, Canister. So this is Doom's build that he has been popping off with this week. We have the 60-card Teamer Rhinos deck that everybody knows that has been married up with an addition of white cards. So the white cards, 4-color Rhinos has existed before, played Teferi Time Raveler. This one is going into both also adding Ardent Plea, Omnath, and Solitude. And just filling out a lot of the 3s into 4s. That's it. It's pretty straightforward. It actually has a higher density of Cascade spells than the 60-card deck does. And you get to use Yorion as a companion. So, yeah, how can that be bad? And then you've got a gross sideboard full of cheap spells, free spells, powerful spells to be played in the modern format. So I have only played Cascade Rhinos once in Modern, and we 5-0'd. Several people have had a very high level of success with this deck already, so let's go see how it treats me. All right, let's do it up. Match the first. Playing against Scrown. Hand seems cracked. Let's go. Uh-oh. Well, I'm only taking 1 damage from my lance. Fury is nice. Since they saw it, there's no way they're going to play a second creature until I Fury, right? But at the same time, I don't want to pitch my Omnath. So I just have to pitch Fury to Fury if I want a Fury right now. But Eidolon is really good against this deck. So I might... I think I have to take at least 1 more hit from Goblin Guide. But possibly 2. And I think it's just correct to do so. Alright, perfect. Thanks, opponent. Okay, you can stop now. Jesus. One more? Okay. Flooded unlucky. So I think I pitch Fury to Fury here. No, I can't. If I don't have a Fury to pitch on the turn where I have to Cascade, I'm in huge trouble. Okay, let's say I Fury, and then they hit me for 2, they play Eidolon. Then in order to Rhinos next turn, I go from 9 to 5. And they could have up to 3 cards left. Yeah, there's no way. I can't make it far enough into the game to keep this Omnath for now. So it's crappy, but this is where we are. Prismari Command on top. Okay, that's a card. It's a red card. It actually solves kind of all my problems. Whee! Would I like to cast this card? Yeah. Oh, we flipped over an Omnath. No, that was the Omnath in exile. Did I flip over 0 cards? No. Flipped over 6 cards. The client didn't seize up like I'm used to it doing, though. Wild. Okay. Boris. You shouldn't need to Fury again since you have Rhinos. Does it make sense to force here? Yes? I know I can, I just... Yeah, I know, Squirmit. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a better way to play this. Yeah, yeah. I was pretty committed to the fact that I was going to have to. I'm just looking to see if there's a better way to do anything right now, because I do not feel like I'm in a great spot. The secret is because I'm not. I guess we attack with 2 Rhinos, which doesn't put them to lethal. If they take all of this, they go to 9. Okay, no, we do have lethal. Okay, got it. Yeah, I agree, Squirman. I'm just... 1 Rhino? Yeah, okay. But I don't think this actually changes that much. If they have Searing Blaze, I'm dead anyway. Probably. Like, I think putting them, quote, dead on board was better. Yeah, I was already dead to Bolt plus Creature, though, wasn't I? Like, was I not already dead to this? Maybe I'm wrong. But they already had triple Goblin Guide. Like, the fact of them... Yeah, like, I had to attack with 2 Rhinos. If I didn't attack with 2 Rhinos, I didn't have lethal. So then I'm just putting myself on even more turns for them to draw out. Yeah, see, they had, like, completely excessive... No, see, they had completely excessive lethal anyway. So putting myself in a position where I had lethal the next turn was way better than not. We have 0 sideboard cards. Right? Like, I could play Endurance, but I don't think it's any better than the cards in my deck. I guess I have Teferi, which is not very good. It's not bad. It's not great. Force of Vigor technically would let me kill an Eidolon, but I don't think Force is actually worth it. Yeah. 3/4/3 is exactly the reason that I want. Teferi's better than Borrower. Yeah, Borrower's pretty bad, I guess. Yeah, because Teferi can at least block, Endurance isn't great because on 3 you want to be playing Rhinos and not a 3/4. It is a flash 3/4 blocker, though. I'm on the play. Like, I guess you're right, but at the same time, like, having a follow-up 3/4 is not a bad thing. Like, if I have one set of Rhinos and then a 3/4, that's not bad. This seems fine to me. Nothing until turn 3. But I'm on the play and my lands are painless? We have 12 Cascade spells to draw into? Probably fine, right? You'd maul, yeah. Yeah, that's better. Keep this in the Force. That way I can pitch the Outburst, play the Shardless. Or pitch the Fury for double Rhinos. Yeah, that seems like way better. Oh, I bet I was supposed to sideboard against their sideboard in this matchup, though. Because if they play Roiling Vortex, I'm fucked. And I have no out. And I bottomed the Force of Negation. Yeah, that's probably a misplay. Due to not being familiar to this deck and the hate that Burn can put out. If they have Roiling Vortex here, I'm totally dead. I have nothing. I'm just incredibly dead. Land? Not a land. Okay. I have Teferi. I don't have a Teferi, though, and I don't have a land, right? Like, that's not gonna work here at all. That's that is a card in the deck that I left in here that would help me. Same with Force of Negation, but I bottomed it. So, like, that's not a real answer for this game. Damn it. Do I have to pitch now? I do, but I have extra. Yeah, I have extra. I have extra everything. So, okay. God, they have 6 cards. Burn on the draw. Oh, I can't deal with Burn ever. Yeah, well, at least I got the out for that. Land? Nope. I mean, I agree, but it's like... Burn puts you in a spot where, like, you can't... I don't feel like I can mulligan too low because then I'm not going to have enough resources. And... I just feel like it almost never matters. Yeah, second Boros Charm. I love when people are like, Burn hasn't gotten a new card since like 2018 or 2019 or whatever it was. And it's like, well, it doesn't need it. Look at this. They have 4 cards in hand. I've taken 1 damage off my lands this game. 1. Yeah, just dead. Just completely owned both games. Even I have sideboard cards for Iwos in the deck I normally play, and it doesn't matter. I frequently just die anyway. Because they have Skullcracks, usually main deck, and it's just really, really difficult for it to matter. The games are over too fast a lot of the time. And, like, you can't mull too low, and I don't know. Burn, I find Burn really infuriating in Modern a lot of the time. Yeah, Amulet's a really good one to have a decent match against Burn. The reason, actually, one of the reasons I loved playing the original build of Creativity with Yorion was because Amulet was a buy. Amulet was a complete and total buy, and it was like the greatest feeling in the world to me. I was so sick of losing the Amulet. Didn't have a good Blue-Red Prowess deck, Blue-Red Prowess matchup, but nothing does. At the time, nothing did. Okay, so we can fetch green off of this. Then I'm covered on all my colors. So... I can ice them during their upkeep, and if they reanimate anyway, I can Teferi. Well, creativity spiked surprisingly high for me. I was blown away when I eventually looked at the prices, and I was like, oh, this when I got this card, it was on its way up from like being a $1 mythic, and it's not close to that anymore. All right, it's the Haymaker show. Four each still isn't bad. No, it's not bad. So this turn we are play Hyper Omnath. That's a draw. Bounce the Omnath, okay. Mending, okay. It is good to discard the Archon, and now if they have the 4th land, they bring it back again. If they have a persist. They didn't hit the land. Okay, that's big. Yeah, it was really, really cool, Freed. I agree. It was super sweet. So if I fire, I can't also Cascade. And I have Fawn. Force Negation, so I have to be a little bit careful with what I do here. I think we go Fury, Pitch, Fire, play Shardless. Yeah? I think so. Good old Haymaker magic. Yeah, this is fine. We probably pitch the Borrower, but I could be argued into pitching one of these two. Maybe the excess Teferi. Yeah, they don't have good answers for Teferi, right? I mean, I guess maybe they have a Prismatic Ending. Although it looks likely we make it through this turn, but maybe not. No, we... No, pitch the Teferi is way better. But pitch the Borrower is probably the best. Then a Meldrifter. You should be pitching Plea? I think I want more Rhinos, do I not? Oh, grief. Well, never mind. I don't get to choose anymore. The scoop. Someone play Ashen Rider? I know, I played it against it yesterday while I was high off my ass off of Spice. Alright, so Endurance for sure. Borrower's fine. Fury's fine. Solitude's fine. Teferi's fine. Everything's fine. Just like trim on Fire Ice. Trim on Borrower. Oh, I guess I want Dispute too? No, not really. Well, yeah, because they're playing Teferi, huh? So maybe the ice is out. I guess Omnath's not that important here. I know it pitches to both Solitude and Fury, but just shave around the edges like that. Fury's only good against their Teferis, and I'm boarding in Disputes for that. So this seems fine. Alright, looks like we get to mulligan against the Grief deck, but they also mulliganed, so that's good. Keep this, suspend Rhinos on one seems good. Yep. Because this hand is incredibly cold to Teferi, huh? Well, I sure hope they don't do that then. But I guess we're going to have hands like that. On Burial Rites and Archon. Yikes. Yep. Okay. Let's draw Solitude. Because otherwise I'm feeling fairly dead. Nope. I guess I could Prismari Command to try to find it. It's probably more powerful to have than YoRhinos, yeah. Turn 3 Archon, easy win. Maybe we want these instead of those. 1 Fire Ice? Sure. Yeah, Endurance right on time, right? Exactly. How's it going, Demir for life? Alright, this hand is great. Let's go. It's Endurance, not Timeliness. This human knows. God, guys, it's an enduring reinforcement, not a timely reinforcement. Don't you dare turn 1 Grief Ephemerate me. EE on 0. Rude, but acceptable. Currently fighting with my daughter to sleep in her own bed. Fun. Have you showed her the clip from The Simpsons, Demir for life? My cousin Barry slept in his parents' bed until he was 21, and it didn't do anything weird to him. You don't have a cousin Barry. I think he goes by Mother Shabubu now. Anyway, he joined that cult, and just go for it, opponent. It's definitely totally safe. There really is a Simpsons reference for everything. Yes, this is a fact. I think it was my cousin Jerry. I don't remember what the name of Homer's cousin exactly was in the scene, but something like that. Okay. So I can go Shatter, make a treasure, and then Dispute. How's the digestive system? It was fine. I was a little bit uncomfortable in the morning, so I took it easy on my stomach, and I made a nice A nice all-berry smoothie with some spinach, cashew milk. I love that stuff. Oh, no, almond milk. Yes, almond milk. We're into the almond milk now. And that was great. And then seemed fine all day long. I had a BM, and it was fine. Just one chip and not 20 wings. Well, in theory, that chip was like intentionally that should have been the spice level of like a 20 wing challenge, right? Like in theory. So if they put on burial rites in the graveyard here, which they did, I think on end step because they probably have counterspell now. I think I should hard cast the Solitude or the Endurance and just start beating down. Oh, yeah. In terms of, like, overall digestion, yeah, it was probably fine. And then after I had the chip, like, I had dinner after the stream. I had some rice and butter chicken and stuff, so... And a naan, so... I think we just proactively Endurance here. Okay, so they don't have counterspell, or they just weren't expecting me to play anything there? I guess I don't know and I don't care. Should learn to cook Indian food. It's a lot of work. The recipes are almost always a lot of work. But it's good. It's also a lot of ingredient sourcing. Ramen, yeah, ramen from scratch would be a pain. Hard cast Solitude. Okay, that was unexpected. Guess I should have bounced my Endurance. I mean, I guess I'll just hard cast Solitude back at them, but... Ooh, a nice steak. Oh, I love a good steak. Who won the challenge today? Aspiring Spike, who went against Doomwake in the finals. Canister was in the top 4. And Demonic Tutors and Sneaky Masato were also in the top 8. No. I guess I should have minus my Teferi by now. That's all me. Just had a turkey, bacon, lettuce, tomato, avocado sando at this bar. It's fire and it's got great IPAs. Awesome. How you doing, boat guy? Let me hit you with that thing. Ooh. I forgot I was a Rhinos deck. Trigger? Oh, neat. Good, good. I guess I should have done that pre-combat to get the extra attack for one. My bad. Yo, girl and her friends? Yo, hook me up. Kidding. Maybe. Keith's is still your favorite IPA. You're not from out east, are you? Alright, they got me. We got lethal on deck, but they probably don't know it. But we do. But they probably don't know it. The pride of Nova Scotia. Alexander Keiths. It's gotta do bad down. Alright. Bye, bokeh. Okay, opponent's at 2. Yeah. Alright. So, crushed by burn. Won the matchup that Doom did not win in the finals. Of course, that was a totally different matchup of people who know those decks better than myself and my opponent. 1 second, honey. Deck's got lethal. I gotta type it out to him on my phone keyboard. Oh, yeah. That's a great reason, Demir. Mine was... The first beer that I ever remember liking was Stella Artois. And then I dated a girl in university whose mom was a Newfie, or from New Brunswick? I don't remember. Obviously, those are quite different provinces, but out east. And I know that they had a very strong opinion that Keith's was the much superior beer to Moosehead, which they referred to as Moose Piss. Which is funny, because I feel like those beers are not that dissimilar. Alright, we're going to keep this one. Oh, keep this one. Tap land on 2, but... Rickards, yeah, Rickards is nice. Opponent's on mull to 6, no companion. Rhinos! Yeah, they're probably Nova Scotian. You're probably right. Spire Bluff. Okay, so it might be Murktide. Haven't seen these guys in a minute. From the Scotch. There's someone who goes, oh, it's Living End. Yikers. Or are they light on lands? Yup. Crap. All right. So when is this coming off? 2 turns. So I'm going to Violent Outburst on their end step. No, I should Ardent Plea now. If they hit their second land, they can't Living End yet. Then I attack them for 4, and I have more than lethal in play. But then they have to... I want to do this at a time where they can force me so they can't force the Teferi. I think it's fine to do this now. Oh, Agent. Yeah, I have Agent. You're right. Agent is what I should have played here. Sorry, for some reason I just looked at all these Cascade spells as being exactly equal, and they're obviously not. Thank you, Demir. Good point. Obviously, like, Violent Outburst being instant was like a thing that I was talking about there, but for some reason these were exactly the same card in my mind, and they're not at all. It happens when I'm newer on a deck. Just shortcut things that shouldn't be shortcutting. Well, they've got all the Striped Riverwinders in the world. Finally hit a second land. So now I have to play the Teferi out of my hand and just hope they don't have a second force. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing for it. Like, that's it. That's the only play. Oh no, I know. I'm not worried like about it or anything, but I gonna cycle. Are they cycling because they already have the force and they just want a better card to the pitch, or are they cycling because they don't have the force? Come on. Ah, good. They do play Brazen Borrower, and they don't play Fury or anything like that. Okay. Thanks, opponent. Bless. All right, these come in. So I guess Fire Ice is not good. It's like my only cantrip, but seems not great. Probably Omnath comes out again. Some number of Omnath. I think I can cut a Rhinos here. I don't know if that's crazy, but I feel like it's okay. It's quite the pile. It certainly is. Ponderous, if I may. Yet somehow devastatingly powerful. Man, I can't believe how drunk I sounded yesterday after I ate that chip. I really cannot. It was something else. In terms of modern Yasvisha, this is not the pile. The pile wouldn't play powerful proactive cards like Cascade cards with Crashing Footfalls. A pile needs to play nothing but like slow, mediocre, janky cards. Kill you with Ice Fang Codals and Abundant Growths. Okay, so Let them put Living End on the stack. We're going to pitch for Solitude here in response. Oh, no. What? Oh. What the flip? Come on now. Alright. Sure. That's so much worse. It was quite the play, Squirmit. I mean, I'm still okay, but like, holy crap, that's annoying. Oh, and they get to reorder it too? Unless it's still bugged, which I'm assuming it's not. No, it doesn't look like it is. Rude. Goddamn Living End. Yep. We have 7 power and flyers. I can bounce the Curator next turn. I mean, at least I can brick the ground. Unless they have a Force. If they have the Force here, then it's... They just had everything, right? Okay, good. Borrower would be... not the best. Side in our own living. Yeah, exactly. Clearly that's the play, right? I don't have double green. I should have set up for it, but I didn't. I do have Prismari Command, so I can get double green. I just don't have double green. Crap. But I can ditch Borrower and Endurance out of my hand. Which I guess makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Jeez. Well. Have at it, opponent. So if they now cascade into a Living End, yeah, it's not good for me. It's close, but they play the land? They're just going to play another creature? I should have shocked them. No, isn't what I did better, God, with the shotgun? Why would I let them discard any cards when I can make them discard 0 cards? And they're the same net number of cards are affected. So, like, there's 2 cards in my graveyard, 3 cards in my hand. And I could have ended up with 3 cards in my graveyard and 2 cards in my hand? I don't think that works the way you are saying, or maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, this sucks. Like, it's a cute idea, I just don't think it actually works. Like, Did they just not cast the... I guess that makes sense. Prismari Command would have been an out there. This is annoyingly close. So I swing for 10 and they go exact... Yeah, I should have shocked them last turn. I fucked up. All right, we'd have the win there if I hadn't screwed up. Let's go game 3. Also, I should have been able to cast Endurance there. So I screwed up by not having double green, and I screwed up by not shocking them. I literally drew the win there if I had played that correctly. So the deck had that, I just didn't play it properly because I didn't look for lethal. Maybe they don't block. There's no way in the world they don't block. I mean, I'm not taking the game there from them not blocking. They have lethal on board. There's no reason in the world for them not to block. I don't think there's a single card that I wouldn't have played before combat to remove the Shardless Agent. Yeah, like they played this 2/2 and didn't Living End because they were more comfortable with the board position that way. All right, this is the I'm going to play directly into your Living End plan. I kept this, by the way. This is crazy, but I'm going to do it. Although keeping this hand probably means I just pitch for Fury on turn 1. This was definitely a bad keep. I thought this was a cute idea, but I didn't actually think through the fact that that Grief makes me pitch for Fury proactively. Because otherwise I can't get into the graveyard. Alright, well, we'll wait until turn 2 to show them how weak and goofy my hand is. No Grief. Alright. I can keep waiting. No, I'm not saying they're going to Grief. Well, if they Grief on the turn they're going to Living End, I don't get the chance to get the Fury into the graveyard before the Living End happens. That's what I'm saying. I cannot believe we just mised through all of our draw steps. Yeah, Fury does not have flash. That's, yeah, basically the TLDR. Wait. Cycles Waker, okay. Cycle Street Wraith, okay. Thanks, Jen and I. Most of us believe in you. That's cute. I didn't know Michael was here. I don't know why I singled out Michael as being one of the people who wouldn't believe in me, but I'm an indifferent observer. Good, good. Oh, this is the draw I wanted, huh? Okay. Yeah, okay. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. This doesn't matter. For the moment, though, their living end does suck. What I'm looking to draw is Teferi. Really? What? Yeah, I know I can, God. But I don't know why they're doing this now like this. I guess I'll just wipe them out. If they have a subtlety for one of these, I can beat it. And even if they have a force as well, I'm still okay. Because what we do, we let that go, we let this come in. Okay, I'll let them make their choice first. No, we're totally okay. This is fine. We play in Legacy now. We just each slap down cards nonstop. Hello. Uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh! No! Why? Wait. Okay, I'm doing Fury. Is that what's happening right now? Click cancel? Okay. Sorry, it was weirdly sticky. I was not expecting it to be sticky like that. I don't play with these cards. It was sticky. No, I know Solitude doesn't ask me to distribute. It's just that I wanted to do Fury first, and then it felt like it had auto-stacked Solitude on what I had chosen for. Like, I just didn't know what was happening there. Yeah. Well, in order to put them on the stack, you need a legal target. So that's, I guess, why that happens. I'm going to draw this other Solitude that's on top of my deck. And then I guess I swing with both because I'm ahead on board. They block the Fury. They do not block. Opponent. Are you... Okay. Whatever. We may be winning this race pretty easily. I guess if my opponent can't count, yeah. I have lethal. Please attack? Or don't. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. This makes up for last game where I double punted them the win. Also, how you doing, Fran? I hope you're well. Am I eating another chip? Not anytime soon, buddy. How you doing, Larynx? Got him. How am I? I'm doing great. Do you see any of the one chip video? I think my highlight video is pretty good. It is very meme filled and reference filled. Your channel has a serious lack of memes? Are you fucking kidding me, Jen and I? Get out of here. Get out of here. Channel has a lack of memes. Are you kidding me? You walk into my house. Do you guys have any, like... when you spit the truth... Listen, Jen and I, terror already exists. You don't need to be terror. I was about to do that, Larynx! Oh my god, I love it. Oh, that's great. We don't tolerate heresy around these parts. Well, stop saying shit that you know is going to get you timed out, Jedi. Or just go to Hoagland's chat and just start talking in a uninformed way about literally anything. You'll get more timeouts. Here it's pretty specific. So go Borrower now. They probably have to counter. Then we get to play Hybrid Omnath. You actually did get banned from Hoagland's chat? Well, who hasn't been timed out in Hoagland's chat? I've been timed out in Hoagland's chat. It was less fun, though. I mean, here it's like... You definitely know you're asking for it here. I don't think you're doing it without having kind of full knowledge of exactly what you're asking for here. Well, yeah, I mean, we tend to immediately unban him here, God with the Shotguns, who was just dicking around. Like, what is the WSB Discord, Demir for Life? And why are you proud that people lost a bunch of money? I'm just curious. I have no idea what that is. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe they're awful, awful people and they deserve to lose all their money. Bans per minute? That'd be the metagame call. Optimize the BPMs. Wall Street bets. Oh, okay. Was that the thing with the are they people who were part of that GameStop thing? I feel like they must have been. I feel like that is the kind of group that was involved with the GameStop thing. Yeah. Okay. Right, absolutely, Jen and I. Well, and like subscribers tend to have some, I don't know, like they've been around long enough that maybe he actually has seen them say consistent stuff enough. But like I've also seen him time out subs for the same kind of stuff he'd time out anyone else for, so I feel like Hoagland is generally kind of consistent. I want to go down a card. I kind of want to make this treasure and deal them just a whack of damage. Just clonk them in the face. Boop. I know that Jeff Goldblum turned 69 today. I had no idea. It's harder to meme in peace. That's a wonderful statement. It's just so hard to, like, find a good, clean space to meme, you know? So you can meme in peace? So I think they're going to defend their Teferi. Yep. Land? Extra Teferi. Alright. We'll leave their Teferi in play for now. So, they either have to use a 3-mana Prismatic Ending, or they play 5-mana Teferi, tuck my Teferi, and then I kill both their Teferis. My unsolicited advice is to only take advice with people entrusted with divine authority, i.e. me. Well, that's just good Pope. That's Pope-worthy advice, God with a shotgun. That's Pope-worthy. He thinks he's the Pope of Chili Town. No, I knew what you meant. I read it word for word, as I usually do, but... Fire Ice is definitely possible. That's true. They could have Fire Ice here. No, they're in Yorion. The Yorion decks almost definitely don't play Fire Ice. They usually play, Spreading Seas and Omen of the Seas. Ooh, Campbell's Soup? I thought you said you were buying canned food. Oh, you said canned goods. That's fair. Campbell's Soup is more of a goods than a food. Can pads, yeah. I love this thing. I was going to say, who died and made you Pope? The Pope. Who else? Oh, crap. They have... Oh, no. Well, I've got a Solitude, so I'll be okay. Just pitch the extra Teferi, probably? You actually like Campbell's? No, I mean, it's fine to like Campbell's. Actually, I'm going to pitch the Yorion, because the second Teferi is actually more useful. They can easily find it out for one Teferi. I think everything else in my hand is better. The only Campbell Soup that's edible is the hearty chicken noodle. I feel like I've had one of their, like, stew-style beef ones. Not, see, for me, it was Lipton's. Lipton's powdered chicken noodle soup. That was me when I was sick and growing up. I can't deal with canned soup. It's always way too thick in a very gross way. Like, ugh. They use a bunch of, like, stabilizers and stuff, and it's just, I can't. I can't. It just makes me feel sick. So when I was in university, I literally lived near the Campbell's Soup factory in Etobicoke, and it smelled awful. hard cast Solitude. Okay. Oh. Rhinos, you say? It's Rhinos or Omnath here. Rhinos means they have to verdict specifically. So I think that's better. Man, they could have Yorion this turn. They're really scrapping it out. Yeah, these decks playing against each other is a real slugfest, SD. It's just like a bunch of ETB triggers like smacking around at each other. Memory Deluge? That seems like a good sign for me. Resto. Okay. So I think we bounced the Solitude in response, which is not my favorite thing ever, but then at least they have to pitch for it now. So they still get to Solitude something, so what if I bounce the Resto? No. I'll be back in a second when they figure out the rest of their turn. All right. So they Solituded. I drew a Rhinos. Really would have liked to draw a land. Willingness for losers. Yeah, that's what we all tell ourselves. Bounce, Resto, Kraken for 6. Hope they don't have a second Solitude right now. Play Teferi. I can't let them get too much value out of a verdict. I don't really have a way to stop that. This could draw me a land, though. Or it could draw me a Teferi. prefer hard casting Fury. The problem is if they have Verdict, they just annihilate me for that play. Whereas now I get to put them to 6 and then play Borrower. So I was maybe going a little bit greedier. But I'm going to get way closer to killing them this way. Which I don't know if this is actually better or worse. Like, but I feel like I have them under enough pressure right now. I don't know. I'm not sure. I just, like, if I hardcast Fury and attack them for 6, if they have the Verdict, I'm just done. It's just over. Yorion a hand. Cast Yorion? Dig for Solitudes? Okay. I think this is a win. Yeah? Should be. Unless they find the Solitude, and they have to main phase it, so I'll know before the end of the turn. Oh, but they can't cast the Solitude and end step. Okay, I have won the game. Let's tell them. It's over. We won. I don't even need the Teferi, right? I just could attack with all. I could Fury the Omnath or the Yorion and attack with all. But yeah, playing the Teferi is the win. But just saying, there are actually like several roads to Rome with the hand that I have. So I wanted to make the Verdict. So yeah, I could Fury, put 4 damage on Yorion and swing with all, and then they can't block profitably. Yeah. Not profitably, but like, they couldn't block in a way that doesn't get them dead. I think I'm supposed to want Endurances in this matchup. I don't know that I actually want this many Force of Negations. Borrower is also kind of medium. So is Solitude and Fury. Like, they're all fine in a given point. All right. Can probably go down to Footfalls too, right? Because, like, they have Chalices and Fury, and Teferis. Going down to Footfalls feels like I'm playing less dead cards in the bad situations. Hand's great. Let's go. Let's go! Let's fucking go. Why'd I bring in Endurance? It's just a good flash threat against the blue-white control deck. It's a 3/4 for 3. They don't have a lot of good removal for it. So, like you saw last game, like, they can deal with Rhinos fairly easily. They can deal with most creatures fairly easily, but a flash 3-power creature is able to put on pressure in a way that is difficult for them. Okay, this actually sucks with this hand, but we'll probably draw out of it. Colors actually might be an issue for the first time this game. Opponent, please fix my colors. Doesn't actually fix them. Guess I'm a little better, though. They had a draw step bet? Nope. That's a good draw, though. It's a good draw. Mr. Christie, you draw good cards. Plains? Plains. Yorion a hand, okay. No, Ragaman's not banned. It just doesn't seem to be very good right now. I did keep the Triome DMK. Thank you for the advice. So I had to plus my Teferi here because they have a Colonnade. Unfortunately, this means if they have Prismatic Ending, I have to force it. But it's not a bad force, to be honest. Sure. You get the forest here. Still have mana for Hyper Omnath. Yep. See ya. Now, do they have their land? They don't. Okay. Wait, they did. They already did. Never mind. I'm a fool. That's fine. So if they have the land, they can attack a Colonnade. So I just double Rhinos this turn? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Smashy, smashy. Boo! This is going to get me through all my Rhinos, so I am going to be out of Rhinos after this turn. But it's probably okay, right? Yep. Oh, no, no, no. Ah. I'm an idiot. Well, we could probably kill it. That was really bad. That was really stupid. I don't know why I let that go. Sometimes I'm bad. I was supposed to outburst in response. Then I could hit them for 12. Then they would have to have the verdict. Although, this is kind of better. Is this better? I'm just making stuff up. This might be better. That's annoying. Don't Solitude too. Land. Okay. Land is fine. Alright, we're good. So this means if I minus Teferi to bounce the Chalice, I can't... it will die to the Colonnade. So first things first. They're down to 4 cards in hand. But if they boot up Colonnade, I get my second Rhinos in and just kill them. Okay. They can play the Chalice first, which forces my hand. They might miss sequence again. I have to play around the Wrath and the Colonnade, and I can't. Maybe they'll just miss sequence. If they play the Chalice, I have to force the Outburst, and then they'll... If they have the Verdict, they've got a really good trade. And if they don't have the Verdict, then I'm in good shape. But it does mean I keep my Teferi in play for another turn if they have to Verdict. Okay. We've seen fields out of them before, so I don't see any problem with shocking myself against blue-white. Here we go. Rhino sound. Behold my power, opponent. 18 power in play. Are you not entertained? Verdict. Shit. Oh. That ain't it, Chief. So they're trying to find Solitude, but they can't do it again. They need to have a Solitude or something now. Oh. I guess I don't I have to lose my Teferi. Well, we'll see what I draw, but like at the moment I don't actually have them dead. I have them actually dead. Attack with all, they go to 12. No, I have to Fury first? I have to Prismari Command into the Fury. Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay, got it. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Yeah, okay. They can Shark Typhoon for 0. Two free! Alright, this deck is pretty friggin' good. But honestly, this feels about as good as regular YoRhinos. Like, it's just a bunch of free spells. A bunch of busted free spells. And now we also get to play Teferi. Shock Trooper. Formerly of Mono Blue Tron fame. Okay, this has no rhinos. Ship that one, I think. Seems fine. No, I'll send the plea. No. Mine. Oh, no, it's going to be blue. Bluetron, for sure. Hall of Storm Giants. Sick. Land? Not land. Force is nice, but I got problems. Land? Land, please? Oh, for what? Alright, well, I guess this is how we go 3-2. Every French music group with an English name is good? What others are there besides Daft Punk? I'm just curious. TFK resolves. I get Outburst now. Oh, Justice. Yeah. I don't know Teenage Bad Girl, but I assume. So that's fine. So let's go Outburst first. What was the one really famous song by Justice? I kind of remember what it sounds like, but I can't remember what the name of the song was. I remember it's kind of sounding like Pumped Up Kicks. Stress? That's not the one I'm thinking of. Dance. D-A-N-C-E. That's the one. But your most played Justice song is Stress. That's not the one I was thinking of, but yeah. Violent Outburst. Yeah. Get 'em, boys. Boo. Commandeer. Good try. Amount of free spells is too damn high. I agree. It's very egregious. That's the modern we live in right now. Well, it's not Violent Outburst that's a free spell. It's the Crashing Footfalls that's the free spell. Yeah, Hip Hop Anonymous kind of nails the what happened in Modern like semi recently. Modern's broken. What are we gonna do? Well, let's ban all the fast mana. Okay, then what? Well, let's print a bunch of free spells. Why? They don't play Ulamog, do they? No, this is Ballista. Shit. I was ready for O-Stones or Ugins, but I wasn't ready for Ballista. So this is a punish for not putting the Yorion in my hand. I haven't liked the direction of Modern for the last few years. Oh, I know Rue Disturbed. I pointed them out as that as soon as I started the match. I was like, okay, Shock Troopa has played a lot of Bluetron. I don't know if they're on it now, but they've certainly played a lot of it in the past. Turns out they're on it now. Yeah, Hall of Storm Giants is very good. I mean, they had Natty Tron this game, though. I mean, the fact that this is as close as it is pretty... says good things about this deck. Hey, God with a Shotgun, my point was that I haven't liked the direction of Modern, but I do like where we are now. Like, banning Astrolabe and banning Uro really tilted me off the face of the planet. I love those cards. They're so fair. They didn't do anything wrong. I know they were way too good. It just annoys me that they printed them in the first place and then had to take them away. Okay, so... I can block Hall with Rhino. They'll probably go for it. And if they have interaction for that, I have Outburst. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do, Rue Disturbed. That's the goal. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. He hasn't played a single counter spell so far, so he might have the counter, but... Okay, this means he didn't have to take damage. But he still has a blue up. I know I have force backup. We'll see what happens. I know. It's banned in freaking Legacy. Like, what the hell? It's banned in Legacy! And you know what it did wrong in Legacy? It made dual lands worse. It made Wasteland unplayable. Oh, that's such a problem. I know, but making dual lands worse is a good thing. I admit that making Wasteland worse is probably problematic to the metagame of Legacy. But Ran 6 also warped Legacy? Yeah, this is because of Wasteland. It didn't make Wasteland worse, it made it better? No, you couldn't Wasteland anything anymore. Everyone was playing too many basics. At least that was my understanding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is 4. So they can actually crank Blast Zone to kill Yorion here. What? No, Renin 6 made Wasteland insane. But Astrolabe made it much worse. I guess I should force them to do it, though. No, I mean, we flipped back and forth. We talked about both. What is this? Sure. No, Ren 6 was the problem with Wasteland. That's why it got banned first. Plus, the even bigger problem was that Renin 6 went into Delver. which Astrolabe did not do. That's the reason Astrolabe didn't get banned as fast, is at least it didn't go in Delver. Jeez. What is the one card they drew, and why are they tapping more for it again? Did they just go Remand into Condescend? Because they stacked the top of it. Oh. Oh, they crank the Blast Zone, sure. They're just doing it in response to the Shardless rather than... The only thing that's bothering me, God, with the shotgun is the way they're doing it is really confusing and off-putting. They're just like hyper, ultra, mega aggressive about everything they're doing, like in terms of timing. They never wait for priority. Oh no? I don't think this is an oh no. I think this largely doesn't matter. I fire them, and then they have to pop the Blast Zone. So it's kind of a time walk. As long as they don't have... Oh, the land? Yeah, well, they don't yet. I mean, if they draw it, yeah, that's definitely a problem. But yeah, Academy Runes. Yeah, if they draw the Academy Runes, it's absolutely a problem. But it's not yet. Okay, so they just don't do anything on this turn, and then they Blast Zone me. Oh, this can hit itself. I wonder if they'll see it. Oh, I don't have the mana. That's funny. Yeah. They can't cast it. Well, and neither can I. Yeah, not having to red is gas. Bad mana has never felt so good. Okay, opponent's at 1. They have enough mana if they just draw Ballista, I'm dead. They bounce this Running Seas. Replay it on a different land. Oh, on the same land. So they draw 2. Pretty good. You can't use Talisman now. How's the deck felt so far? Pretty good. Feels like Rhinos. I don't know what else there is to say about it. It's Rhinos. It honestly, to me, has felt like a more greedy version of Rhinos. Like, it feels like the 4-color Rhino deck. That's basically what it feels like. It feels like the 4-color Rhino deck. Okay, so we don't get a freebie anymore, but Force of Vigor is good here, and Charma is good here. And Dispute is good here. Okay, so we probably don't need these. I almost don't want Force of Negation, but I think I need it. Okay, and Solitude dealing with the Wormcoil was important. Maybe just cut down on a couple, like, the weak Cascaders. Concept of this deck is pretty funny. It feels like satire. It was satire. I don't think that Doom I don't think that Doom thought that this deck was going to be anywhere near as good as it turned out to be. One Solitude, one Plea. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, get the Plea back. But I actually think I want Endurances. Funny enough. If this is better than 60-card Rhinos, I'm still between this 4-color Control and 60-card Rhinos. I don't think this is better than 60-card Rhinos, but I think it is meta-dependent. So, like, 60-card Rhinos doesn't have Solitude. It doesn't have Omnath. And that is gonna... And it doesn't have Teferi. That's gonna change your matchup spread by a very significant amount. We got crushed by Burn on this deck, but I think you could quite easily win. Endurance seems meh. Yeah, I think I want, like, a couple. I'm not entirely sure why, but it just feels right. Like, maybe I'm going to find out that it's entirely pointless, but I It's like Borrower could also be okay. I know they have minimal graveyard stuff, but you play Endurance against blue-white all the time. And it's great there. But maybe it'd just be better as Brazen Borrower here. I'm just worried about the walking ballistas. But I'll go this way, I guess. I got crushed by Burn. I like the 4-color control deck a lot more, Ponsor, but that's just me. I don't like the Cascade decks at all. And I don't like playing a deck that is vulnerable to things like Chalice and Teferi in such a brutal way. Like, that's part of the reason I enjoy the Creativity deck, is the Creativity deck doesn't fold to Teferi much at all. Like, they need a lot more than just a Teferi 3, whereas, like, Blue-White Control, Teferi feels a lot worse. I like Blue-White Control, it's just, like, Teferi's awful. I'm sure you know that from Murktide, is like, if you don't have the Unholy Heat, or they can position themselves in a way to avoid the Unholy Heat, and then they land at Teferi, you're like, oh, well, this is the worst thing ever. Like, I just don't like playing decks that get hosed so easily. Go Train from London to Toronto is live now. It's like $60 round trip. Is that bad? Is that good? You know what we might be able to do, though, Kaya? I should ask my friend if you can stay with him and me. Well, with me in his place. Because I might go in Friday night and stay there Saturday night. And I have to go out to... Where are Nerds and that other place? You sent me the links for those two stores, and I bought cards from both of them. Oh, Boo Town. Woodstock. So I have to go to Woodstock anyway. How close is that to London? Should have led on this, probably. Yeah. 20-30 minutes. It's possible, since I have to go out to Boo Town, and this is fine. This is fine. I have to go to Boo Town and Nerds anyway to pick up my cards at some point this week, which is like an hour-and-a-half drive. And it's possible, while there, I could swing by and pick you up, take you back to Oakville, then me and you could travel on the GO train from Oakville to Toronto, because that's only like $10. I don't know how we're going to get you home yet, but that at least saves you the trip in. Plus, it might be more pleasant than having to do that all on your own. Don't lock any of this in, but I'm just saying it's possible. Yeah. So I did bring in the endurances. At least a couple of them, right? No, I didn't. Okay, so I don't need to worry about that. Okay. They don't play Spreading Seas, do they? I guess they could. Oh, but I'm not putting Omnath in my hand this turn anyway. So I shouldn't have fetched proactively. My bad. Okay. No, that's not what it is at all, Pulsar. This is just a play style problem. I don't want to play decks like Rhinos, Living End. I'm not happy when I'm playing a deck like that. I will lose. They did have Spraying Seas last game. Okay. Right, because they bounced it and replayed it. I'm happy to lose to... I need an extra green here. I'm happy to lose to Burn forever and ever and ever for having greedy mana bases, rather than lose to my opponent playing a single metagamed hate piece. I don't want to lose... I want to play a deck where I have to play around things like Leyline of the Void or Rest in Peace. It's just not my way. I want the most sort of resilient, broad version of a deck that I can play. Which is why I like the 4-color control deck. There's no particular hate for that. Like, I guess there's Blood Moon, but that's not particularly good. It's not bad, but it's not particularly good. Unfortunately, they're not doing a lot with this hand, but I haven't been able to punish them. Now I can. Living End has the Borrower and Grief every time. I just don't like the style of game you have to play with that deck, Stiffy Johnson. That's all I'm saying. I just don't care for the sideboard hate dance juke. It just doesn't make me happy. I'm just not a happy player if I have to play that way. For example, like Dredge. Like, Dredge has to figure out what hate the opponent is on and then counterboard for that hate, right? And I feel like these decks are supposed to be similar. It's hard to make a deck choice before. Well, play something that you've played before. Don't play something you haven't played before. That's the answer to that. Like, just don't do it. Just play something you've played before. Okay, so we're going to go high roll here. You personally enjoy Rhinos and control equally. Well, then play whichever one you feel like you're going to have a good time with. That's always my advice. I know it's like... That's not what people want to hear, but like... If those decks are equally good, I think they're both great decks. And even if you pick the best deck on the day, even if you play Hogak during Hogak Summer, you might just lose every round. Because that's Magic. So find a deck you actually enjoy playing, and at minimum, you'll have a good day playing. And not... Yeah, your Rhinos is Rhinos. It's Rhinos with more complicated mana. Yeah, it was Hogak Summer, for sure. So this means I'm not going to have Force. It's probably worth it, though. Have I seen Lupin? I don't even know what it is. So I've killed each of a power plant and a... Oh, they discarded one of them. Okay, well... I think so, Liz. I think so. I could force this in response. Blow out the draw. Seems like a desperation play. Netflix show, it's really good. What's it? Is it about werewolves, I assume? I want to Stone Rain them, but that involves tapping off my Force, and I think the Force is better. Oh, they can't counter the counter. Sick. Good. Alright. Got him 4-1. So the only one I lost to was Burn. I don't think you have to lose to Burn with this deck, but we got beat 2-0. Bounce and see if you draw a blue card, but then you're taking lethal off the table. That's why I didn't do that, Kaya. 4-1s feel so good. Yeah. Arsène Lupin is a gentleman burglar from a novel 19th century. This is a modern character in Paris nowadays that imitates him. All right, I guess I'd have to look into that. Bios probably feel better. Yeah, I mean, they do. I don't know. Playing decks you love feels great. Winning with decks you care about feels the best, Liz. And I think, so this is a very good deck, but my ability to play it and evaluate it is limited by my experience with Rhinos. So with my experience with Modern, like, all the Crashing Footfalls, all the Rhinos decks feel insane every time I play them. I just don't like playing them. That's why I don't play them more. Because with the Team of Rhinos deck, I've played it one time and I 5-0'd. With this deck, I've now played this once and I 4-1'd. And I lost a match to Burn. They had a completely insane hand in, I think, both games. The way it played around my pitch cards was really frustrating. So I heartily recommend this deck. I recommend watching Doomwake to see the best player of it, who just went to the finals of a Modern Challenge and fell short only against the one and only Aspiring Spike. I played basically the rematch of that match during this league, and our side won. So I think that matchup was probably just very close. This is, potentially a new and worthwhile style of Rhinos deck, because the Rhinos deck did once upon a time have a 4-color sort of divergent setup. People were playing Teferi 4-color Rhinos, and it was quite good at the time. In fact, I think it was very good at beating the mirror match for a while. And then there was something that happened to that deck that made it bad, and I don't remember exactly what it was. Probably it was the fact that the Teamer deck started playing Blood Moon in the mirror, and that just ended up being better. Same with Fury. I remember Fury took a while to get into the Teamer Rhinos deck. So I'm sure there are people who are more long-time fans of those archetypes who could walk you through all that change. But as for me, if you're in the future watching this on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, check out any of my other videos that you're interested in, and I will see you there. And if you want to, because people like to bother me about it in chat afterwards, you can ring that bell. But you don't have to do it.